Welcome back to the Hot Mess Express. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a chatty one, so if you want to grab a drink or grab a snack, do that now because we have a lot to go through today. So it is officially July, which means I need to do a bag swap into a different bag. If you didn't watch my last video, I talked about how I'm trying to do one bag per month. Last month it was this Portland Leather Goods Large Naomi in the color Boreal. And we're gonna switch from this over to my Michael Kors Slater backpack in the mini size. So the first thing we're gonna do while I am taking everything out of here is I'm gonna talk about how June went with this bag. So the main purpose of me wanting to use this bag was to kind of break it in a little bit more. I was noticing that the bag kept slipping off of my shoulder, and I thought that maybe it meant that I needed to break in the bag a little bit. Well, turns out I don't think that was the case. Like, the bag still slips off my shoulder. I don't dislike the bag because of it. I'm still gonna keep the bag. It's just something that is gonna happen with this style, I think. But all that to say, I did enjoy carrying this bag. There's no organization inside this bag. I'll show you in a second. But it's an open hole, and I've just been throwing stuff in here. It's had so much trash, and I think it's just because of the nature of the style of the bag. It's just an open pit. So here's what the inside looks like. You can't really see because it's an open hole, but there's no pockets or anything in there. So that's done. Loved carrying that bag. There's that. All right, so I have all my stuff in front of me, and we're gonna go ahead and start packing up my little backpack. Let me see if I can prop this up a little bit, but that's good. So just an overview of the backpack if you haven't seen this this is the mini Slater backpack. I don't think they sell this one anymore. I think you can still get the Slater backpack, just not in this size. And then I have my Rexy charm. This charm lives on this bag. I have, there's a main compartment here. So we're gonna take out the wallet, matching wallet, again in the color moss. I'm gonna switch out my wallet as well, and then I'm gonna take out the straps. These are just your regular backpack straps, and I'll show you what they look like when they're on once I finish packing it. So this backpack has a slip pocket in the front and then one in the back. So you can actually fit a lot of stuff in here. And then this front zip pocket is also very functional. And then they do have like a back secret zip compartment as well. So we're gonna start by switching out the wallets. So I was using my Portland Leather Goods mini bifold wallet. This wallet does not have a lot of space. It has 4 credit card slots and then a little spot for coins, and that's it. And I haven't used this wallet very much, and I feel like the card pockets loosened up and my cards potentially fall out of it. So that's just something to know. It's not a deal breaker. It still is a very secure wallet, but that's just something to keep in mind. And with this one, put it back in the bag. All right, now onto this. So this is your accordion style wallet, and it has 7 card slots if you count the one in the back. I typically put my license in the back, just easy access there. And so this wallet will fit a lot more than the Portland Leather Goods wallet, which is very good. Okay, that's all packed up, so I'm just gonna toss it in here. Okay, I always carry a pad with me, and so I'm going to put that in this back zip compartment just because it's such an awkward pocket. I don't need to access this very often, so it's just gonna stay back there. All right, next, let's see. I have this little pouch that has other cards and hair ties in it. So I'm gonna put that in as well. I have this pouch that holds Band-Aids and a glasses wipe. So that's gonna go in here. Now this is where I have to downsize. So I was carrying this lotion from Bath & Body Works, so I'm gonna just keep holding on to that and using it. Put that in here. This is my pouch for like my cosmetics. We're gonna go through this because I can't carry all this in here. I have a lip liner. This is the Jaclyn Hill lip liner in the color You Guys. I'm not gonna carry this with me, so I'm gonna take this out. This is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil. I'm going to put this in here in this front zip pocket. I'm gonna keep my mirror in this back slip pocket. And then I like to carry a lip balm and then like another lip gloss. So I'm gonna carry these two as well. ColourPop Fresh Kiss Lip Balm and Aquaphor. Just gonna go right in here. I have this lipstick that I don't need to take with me, so taking that out. Some Tylenol, eye drops, and my Think Straight essential oil are gonna go here. These two, because they're smaller, I'm gonna put them in this front compartment. Does it fit? Yeah, it fits. I'm gonna carry my little elephant and my hand sanitizer. So my elephant's gonna go in this slip compartment here, and then my hand sanitizer is gonna go back in here. Okay, I'm gonna empty out this pouch. These are gonna go back in my makeup case. I also had my eyelash curler in my other bag, but I don't need to carry that with me. And then my hair tie, I'm gonna put that in here as well. All right, and I also sometimes carry a pen with me. And I had some papers that I don't need to keep in my bag, so this was like a bag swap / bag clean out, which works out really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and put the backpack straps on so that this bag is ready to be used. Okay, we have to talk about, in my last video, I talked briefly about how I'm trying to curate my collection, and I think it's a perfect time to talk about this because Coach just released another collection today, and I think we need to kind of go over it and try to survive the madness. But anyways, this is the backpack, all nicely stuffed, ready to get used. Oh, let me close this. There we go. So yeah, I love my little backpack. I haven't used it in so long, so I'm excited to be using it this month. In my last video, I talked about how I am trying to curate my collection, and that has come with a lot of thought, okay? Part of the reason why I'm trying to curate my collection is because I know for me, like, I can't financially keep up with all these drops, whether it's Coach or Portland Leather Goods or what's another one, Dooney and Burke, whoever it is. Like, everyone's always going to be pumping out stuff, and I just financially cannot keep up. And so I decided that I'm going to do this bag challenge where I have to wear the same bag for a whole month so I can really appreciate what I have. And that goes hand in hand with what my wish list is and trying to curate my collection. So I'm looking down at my notes here. Why have I started to curate my collection? And it's for the reasons that I just said. You know, I just can't financially keep up with all these drops, and it's started to make me feel like I'm not doing enough to be able to buy these bags. But at the end of the day, that sounds so silly. And so I have to tell myself that I can't have every bag, but that's okay. And so I'm trying to use the bags that I have so that I can appreciate them a little bit more. I already talked about why I decided to curate my collection, but let me briefly tell you like my rules. And they're not even like rules. That's why I don't like saying that they're rules. They're more of like my guidelines and like what I start with the question, what is missing for my collection? Like, what am I missing from my collection? And how I started this is I looked at every single bag that I have. I said, okay, I have a green bag. Okay, I have a blue bag. And this is like a dark blue tealy color, but you get the point. I have a purple bag. I have a backpack and whatever it is, right? And then I started to list out what I wanted my collection to look like. So one thing is I don't have a bucket bag. And I really want a bucket bag. Just that style is missing from my collection. So I know somewhere down the line I'm gonna have a bucket bag. I decide what brand, what color, all that. Personally, I'm leaning towards Dooney & Bourke for a bucket bag, but I digress. Other stuff that is missing from my collection is an orange bag, a camera style bag, a yellow bag, a novelty bag, think Kate Spade, and then a holiday specific bag, Christmas, like a Christmas theme bag. And then I'm also missing a barrel style bag. So when I look at my collection from just a style perspective, I have a tote, I have a backpack, I have a shoulder bag, I have a slouchy, whatever, right? So what's missing from the styles? And so starting with the styles, okay, now go by color. I don't want to repeat too many colors. I have one green bag, I have one gray bag, I have one purple bag. You know, you get the point. And so I start with what I already have. So these are my guidelines, right? For me personally, I want to have one of every style, and I don't want to repeat colors until I have one of every style. And so that's gonna really help me really think through my purchases. And that's one of the reasons why I don't think I'm going to regret any purchase, because I have those guidelines to look back on. And so I won't have to worry about regretting a purchase, because what I see a lot right now is when, I'm just gonna use Coach as an example since they did recently drop their collection today. There are going to be people out there that buy every plaid or every of the beaded bags, and then who knows, in a month or two they're going to turn around and sell them, and probably sell them for a profit. Good for them. I'm happy for them that they're doing that, but it just goes to show you that that luster wears off for people, and I don't want that to happen to me, because I want to love all of my bags, and I really like this type of accessory. And so I think if my purchases are a little bit more thought through, I won't regret buying something, and I'm not gonna have FOMO. One of the things that'll help me think through my purchases better is asking myself, do I have the money right now for this bag? And if the answer is no, I stop right there and I don't even keep looking. I'll look at the collection, let's say, and appreciate what they've come out with and say, ooh, that's really cute. But I'm gonna admire from afar, because bottom line is I don't have the money for that. And that's the whole reason why I'm trying to curate my collection. And that's something that's gonna have to be a constant reminder. You know, it's like having peace with what is mine will be mine. And yeah, it's just a practice. Going back to people buying up everything that stores come out with is, how do I avoid the hype? Well, the main way I avoid hype is to not settle for something. So staying true to my needs, or not settling with something that I don't like about a particular bag. So for example, I don't like bags that have an adjustable shoulder strap that's gonna flap, like there's no keeper for it. Does that make sense? So if you look at the Portland Leather Goods Aspen, that bag is so nice and it's so slouchy, and I really, really want one, but the adjustable strap just kind of hangs there, and it's a belt buckle style where you adjust it, but then the extra pieces just flapping around. Or if you look at the Coach Bleecker bucket bag, same thing. I really need a bucket bag in my collection, And those bags are so cute and those are really hyped, but I'm not gonna fall for it because it's that belt style adjustment to where the extra stuff's just flapping around like this, and I just don't like that. And so I'm not gonna just buy the bag because it's so popular or because it's on sale. Like, for me, I need to stay true with the fact that I don't like that about a bag. Another way I try to avoid hype is taking a step to think if I already have something similar in my collections. If I look at a bag, I need to take a moment to remember my own collection and be like, well, I have something similar to that. Or, you know, like, for example, the Coach Brooklyn, they come out with, you know, different versions of that every collection or every season, which is great, and I might want to buy one of those, but I have my Portland Leathers Naomi, which is a similar silhouette, right? It's that hobo style. This one has a little bit more cornered angles and stuff, but it's essentially the same bag. So I have to remind myself, like, no, I already have something similar. And what do I tell myself when I do miss out on something? And this is really hard with those limited edition prints. So main thing, number one, all the time, do I have the money ready right now? And if the answer is no, I cannot be too sad about missing out on that thing. That second question of, do I have something similar to this? I really wanted the Coach Mini Rowan in the yellow roses, and I thought that was the most perfect Rowan for me, and I loved it so much. And then it went away, and I was so sad, and I was like, they are not gonna come out with something more me. And then what happens, like maybe a month and a half later, they come out with their embroidery collection, and oh my god, I really wanted the medium Rowan in their embroidery, in the jacquard embroidery. That one was literally the most beautiful bag I've ever seen. And that was more like me than the other one. So all that to say, they're always gonna come out with something better, cuter, more you. It's all about the timing though. I didn't have the money ready for that Rowan then, and so it just came and went, which is so unfortunate because those two collections in particular made me really sad that I missed out. But essentially, you don't miss out if you don't have the money for it. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't realize how many people on here, YouTube, TikTok, wherever, used Klarna or Afterpay or whatever. I didn't realize how popular that system was for people, and I'm like, oh, that's how people are able to buy all these bags all the time. And to me, I don't want to have anything on credit. I want to have the cash ready when I want to buy something. You know what I mean? Like, again, it just goes back to my core decisions on what I want for myself. And when I do miss out on something, I just have to remind myself that this wasn't meant to be mine right now, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be mine later. Or it could be like something else is waiting for me. You know, this wasn't meant to be mine right now. Something else is waiting for me. And it's just a constant reminder. Like, literally, I have to verbally tell myself out loud. So all that to say, if you are going to be trying to jump on all of these collections that are coming out, I'm very happy for you. Like, I'm not better than you for having less, and you're not better than me for having more. It's just, you know, I will appreciate, I'm looking down on my notes so I don't miss anything. I will appreciate and love what I don't have from afar. You know, I'll look at the next coming collection from here and say, wow, that's a really great bag, and I hope someone buys it, but it's not gonna be me, or it can't be me right now. But I'm happy for you, or for those that are able to buy the newest collection season after season. And I think we can get really caught up in wanting to be like everybody else, or feeling like we need to fit in, and the only way to do that is to buy. But for me personally, I just can't do that. I don't have the lifestyle for it. I don't have the income for it. And I have to remind myself that that's okay. And eventually I'll get something that I really want. You know, that's why we save and that's why we work hard. And yeah. So if you're kind of feeling the same way, or if you're feeling a little bit fatigued from constantly trying to get something from every collection, just kind of stop, take a deep breath, and say, what is mine will be mine. And if you don't get something, it's not the end of the world. We all know that these are just things and that there's bigger problems in the world, but it is hard in the moment. Like, you really do have to kind of give yourself that pep talk of like, I'm gonna be okay. So anyways, I will get off my soapbox about that now, but I just, sometimes it really does get me down, you know, like seeing all these people like getting to indulge in certain things while you can't. But you know, we're all in different seasons of life, and that's okay. I know what you thought about Coach's recent collection that they released. They do have some really cute things there. I feel like it's I feel like we've seen it before, you know. I feel kind of like the plaid pastel colors seems a bit overplayed to me personally, but it's just not the collection for me, and that's okay. I'm sure someone's very excited about all those things coming up. I know that a lot of people were really excited about the mini cherry print, so to each their own, right? But here we go, starting another month here in July. I am so excited to be using my backpack. I will be updating you on how this goes for me for the month of July. Let me know what you guys think about this whole concept of curating your collection, or how you feel about the constant drops coming out, or if you bought anything from Coach's recent collection. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope you decide to subscribe so you can get more content like this. I'll see you guys in my next video.